Hello and welcome to another battle replay video by Lord Snake. Today I played as the Beastmen and my opponents played as the Dwarves. My opponent's army had Grombrindal the White Dwarf as the Lord, a Dwarfen Thane, 2 units of Dwarfen Miners with blasting charges, 4 units of Longbeards, a unit of Renown for Dwarfen Warriors, a unit of Slayers, the unit of Renown for Dwarfen Slayers, which are Dragonback Slayers, 2 units of Quarrelers, a unit of Iron Drakes, and some Dwarf Cannons. My army consisted of Morgor, the Shadowgrave, as my lord. I had a Bray Shaman of the Wild over there in the woods, 3 units of Ungor Herds leading the front there, and a unit of Ungor Herd that had spears. 2 units of Bestigors, 2 units of Harpies. I also had a Giant right there, and 4 units of Razorgore herds that I had forming over on the flanks for a pincer attack maneuver. There's the other group coming in. You can see my opponent started the battle by shooting at my Giant there and bringing him down. This halted his progress and kind of took him out of the fight for the first part of the battle. There I used the quick spell with my Bray Shaman to soften up some of the dwarfs. Off on the flank here you can see that my Razorgores begin their pincer attack. Way over on this flank, you can see I got a unit of Bestigors around. I wanted to take care of these dwarf cannons so that I could get my Giant in the fight. Also, I got this unit of Razorgores in for a rear charge, and so I sent my Harpies in to back them up. Here you can see Morgor already summoning some of those Chaos Spawn. I got him the items so that he could do it really quickly without having to destroy enemy units to summon them. I also got a sandwich attack kind of going in for these Dwarf Slayers here. And finally my Giant made it into the fight. You can see that unit of Dragonback Slayers off in the distance chasing down my Ungor Spearmen. I think they got forgotten about, unfortunately, so they got taken out of the battle. Off on this side with those Dragonback Slayers taking care of those Spearmen, I unfortunately had my flank exposed. Noticing this, I used my Bray Shaman to summon a Cygor, of course. It didn't take my opponent long to realize this and point his Iron Drakes at my Cygor. And it didn't take me much longer to respond to this. used a Traitorkin spell to soften up some more of my opponent's army. The spell is weak against multiple opponents though, but I waited until a lot of his army was dealt with before casting it. Here I sent my giant around to help my Bray Shaman deal with these Quarrelers. Quite a lot of Chaos Spawn made their way onto the battle now. There's a smoke bomb from Grombrindal. You can also see how separated his Dragonbag Slayers are on the map there. Here I deal with this unit of Longbeards that was remaining by turning them into Chaos Spawn. This causes his Thane to break at this point. And my Cygor also bit the dust too here. So at this point the only units that my opponent had not fleeing the battlefield were Grombrindal and his Dragonbag Slayers. But it doesn't take Grombrindal long to flee. With the Super Bowl happening in a week and a half, you guys will appreciate this next part. Grombrindal gets taken out by that Chaos Spawn. He doesn't die though, he does manage to flee. But that was a great tackle nonetheless. So, with him fleeing, I actually circled my entire army around to deal with the Dragonbag Slayers that were up, since these were the last unit that hadn't shattered. And they actually managed to kill off that group of Razorgors there. And then they prepare for a glorious last stand here. And it doesn't take much longer before the rest of my army arrives here. They did manage to get quite a few kills though before they all died. And so ultimately that resulted in a Pyrrhic victory. So a very GG to my opponent, Unit 0. As you can see, we deployed pretty similar numbers and lost fairly similar numbers. I know I had a couple hundred less losses though. On my side you can see the Bestigors did a lot of work, as well as one unit of Harpies that were chasing down a lot of fleeing opponents. And I also had all of my Razorgore herds do quite well. On my opponent's side, his Longbeards, they had a couple units that did pretty well, and his Dragonbag Slayers did quite a lot of damage. If they weren't taken out of the fight so soon, they might have actually been able to turn it around. Never know. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed that battle replay video, and I'll see you again soon.